page number 10. We will start chanting. Namo Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Yamangalam dwadasahi jaindayesu sadevaka suthanam nadika chandi athatein sancha mangalam desidam deva devena sabba baba vinasanam sabba loka hidathaya mangalam tambanamahe. Ewa me sudam ekam samaya bhagava savatiyam viharati jedawane anatha bendikasa arame athakho inyadara devata abhekantaya radiya abhekanta vona Kevala kapam jeta wana oba siddhawa Yena bhagava tenupasangami upasangamaidawa bhagavandam abhivaditawa ekamandam athasi ekamandam thidakho sadevata Bhagavandam Kathaya Ajabasi Bhudeva Manusacha Mangalani Ajaindayo Agankha Mana Sutthana Brohi Mangala Muddamam Asevanaja Balanam Pandita Nancha Sevana Puja Cha Puja Niyanam Edam Mangala Muddamam Patirupa Desa Vasoja Pobeja Kada Punyada Adasama Panidija Edam Mangala Muddamam Baho sajanja seipancha Vineyoja susekhido Subhasida jaya vaja Edam mangala muddamam Mada bidu upatanam Buddha darasa sangaho Anagula jagamanda Edam mangala muddamam Dhananja dhammacariyaja Nyadagananja sangaho Anavajani kamani Edam mangala muddamam Aradi viradi baba Majabanaja sanyamo Abamadoja dhammisu Edam mangala muddamam Karavoja nivadoja Sandotija katinyuda Kalena dhammasavanam Edam mangala muddamam Khandija sovajasara Samanananja dasanam Kalena Dhammasa Gacha Edam Mangala Muddhamam Daboja Brahmachariyanja Ariya Sajjana Dasana Nibbana Sachi Kiriyaja Edam Mangala Muddhamam Buddhasa Loka Dhammehi Jaitan Yasana Kampati Asokan Virajan Khemam Edam Mangala Muddhamam Edadi Sani Kadawana Sabata Mabrajida Sabata Sotain Gachandi Dante Sam Mangala Muddhamam Mangala Sotan Neti Down Sadhu Sadhu Sadhu. Yesterday, we were where were we is page number 19. The last three lines, Dainaka. Dainaka, one who is given to step parents to foster, that is to say stepson. To nurture stepson. Ataraja or a saputa. The similar to it, they are identical. One who is born from oneself, that is to say, biological son. And the three types of children based on qualities, based on their qualities. Sukhi Hodu, you can see what I mean. I usually say that it depends on personal preference, personal disposition, or spiritual level. So including families, it cannot be the same. Different paramis. So the last page. So three types of children. Let's take a look at. Atijada Buddha, superior son. Adi prefix in Pali, Jada Buddha. Adi superior adjective. As an adjective, son. Modifying the word son. Parents are not virtuous, sila, or kusala, sucharita, and do not believe in the triple gems. There is no saddha, believe in triple gems or comprehension of triple gems. But the child is virtuous and believes in the triple gems, the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha. What's different between parents and the sons? Qualities, spiritual qualities. So it's not got on board. The age just depends on personal preference, personal disposition, spiritual level, according to their paramis, perfections. The time process, is, it depends on present. When we see present, we can understand the past and the future. So they are relatedness, interrelatedness of things related to each other. The time process. That's why the Buddha said that as cause and effort. Whatever we see, whatever we know, whatever we talk about it, second by second, moment by moment. So here, Ati Jada Buddhas, superior son, more than, better than his parents, especially spiritual power, spiritual quality, rather than material power, materialities. That's why practice of spiritual qualities, practice of what is good is very important in our present-day life. So study Tripitakas, Priyati, and practices the way to end our suffering, to gain our own liberation. It's very important. That is called parami, the way to get perfections, our own perfections. Anuchada Buddha, resembling son, both the parents and children, and are virtuous and believe in the triple gems. Yeah, did you notice that this word kind of is similar to Patidubadesa? When you get Patidubadesa, like South Korea, developing country, already so fast. A business or commercial, or professional, or cultural value, something like that. Education system, society. So when you stay there, you got already chance. You have already chance to grow your life. Here, the son staying together with his parents. His parents is virtuous. His parents are virtuous and believe in the triple gems. The son resemble. Take the way to his parents and do what his parents doing good. The state of doing good. Spiritually is so contagious. So contagious, spiritual power. That's why I told you, where is Patiduvadesa? Where? By ourselves. You can see? By ourselves. Firstly, we can make ourselves to become suitable place, Patiduvadesa. By means of using, undertaking precepts, giving charity, and practice of meditation, mindfulness of breathing. That is the way to make us suitable place, Patiduvadesa. Here you can see Anuchada Buddha's reasonably sons, the same way. He usually takes the same way to his parents. His parents are every day. What they doing? What they doing good? The state are doing good. Kusala. Dasa Sucharita. The 10 causes of wholesome qualities. The good qualities. You already know that. How nice. The Buddha's Dhamma teachings, Dhamma Vinaya, actually Dhamma Vinaya. Dhamma Vinaya, it cannot be divided because that is naturally integral unity power. Integral unity power. That's why we need to appreciate that and we need to make a good try understanding about what what the Buddha taught. By me, so having the 5 steps of contemplation. You already know that time and time again. I usually say that, and also including this book already. And Avajjada Buddha, in free son, parents are virtuous and believe in the triple gems, but their children are not virtuous and do not believe in the triple gems. So in our environment, so we found that some families, some of parents, they make a good try giving guidelines for their children to take away to purity. They usually give instruction. The things to be practiced or things to be avoided. What is things to be avoided? What is things to be practiced? What is beneficial way? What is unbeneficial way? They usually instruct. It's very important in our present day life, in our environments, how we go together, put them together without spreading. No need to spread. It depends on mankind, human power. Sharing, by means of sharing knowledge of Dhammas, that's very important. Wisdom that we need. So, any question? Mm-hmm.
Is it if somebody is virtuous, he's keeping sila, observing sila. Oh, so how do you want to define this?
Yeah, that's a good point. You already know that the way to gain your final liberation, sequential practice. Sequential practice, you remember what I explained already with the image of, with the type of pagoda, right? The foundation is widely represent Sila. Sila is foundation of our good conduct, basis of our Buddhist training. That's why when you have, as soon as you have Sila, you are already virtuous. You are already virtuous. That is a kind of purity. Purity of Sila. Sila means adequate significance. That's a natural, universal. It's not created by somebody, including Buddha. That's what is bound by the Buddha, not created by the Buddha. Think about it. Not the same but different usage. According to context, you can see the Pali word, Dhammas, the word Dhamma has many different meanings according to context, according to what it is used. But we have to understand whenever we say about the word dhammas, according to context, according to what it is used. And taking a time, you can understand, you will come across that. What you really want to know by means of using the word dhamma or sila, the word sila, or the word samadhi, or the word panya. Naturally, I usually say that you already heard about it. The Noble Eightfold Path made by the Threefold Training, right? The physical action is, what do you understand? That is represents sila. Samagamanta, right action. Samavacha, right speech. Sama ajiva. You are learning about the teachings. That is sama ajiva. You are going to Armstrong, Pintapat. That is ajiva. You right livelihood. For your Buddhist monk. For the Buddhist monk. That's ajiva. A kind of sila. Sila, moral purity. So, the qualities always taking a place simultaneously. Always taking a place simultaneously, like intertwining electrical cable to gain maximum strength, maximum capacities, maximum energy. You can see that by means of using your protocol applications in the actual practice, you can see that on the way to practice, you can see by yourself. Oh, the energy, just energy. The energy is intertwining. Like an intertwining electric cable. Electric cable is one, but small, many small pieces of it to gain maximum strength, maximum energy. So many items in a unit. That is called the nature of paramattha, the nature of ultimate reality. The nature of ultimate energy. That's why whenever you say, you can get a good look at sucharita, 10 kinds of order, you order. As soon as you undertake the precepts, rule of training given by the Buddha, you have already sila. And also your lifestyle, your mind is getting pure. Getting pure. It's like a water without ripples. Without ripples. So clear. Your mind is so clear. Without disturbance, without obstacles. Without having regrets. Because of sila. That's why I usually say that in the according to a dialectical way, so just shift attention. That is a dialectical way. Now, rather than grammatical way. Grammatical way is not easy. So, dialectical way in Pali Vyakarana, discussing vice versa, mutual respecting, by means of mutual respecting each other. So, whenever we say we are doing good, that is sila, samadhi, panya. But to know about it in detail, or to know thoroughly about it by ourselves, we have to take time. Like somebody asked me before class. Watching the brothers actually taking place. There is a great transformation taking place. But we need to take time. Without identifying with it, non-judgmental observation. Just watch it as it really is. Energy taking place, though it may not be apparent to you. So you will come across that. Many items, many meanings in a single word Dhamma, according to multiple points of view, according to context. Did I make sense? Sila, Samadhi, Panya. They are kind of purity, but different classification, different function, different classification. I already explained that criteria, how to make criteria about the way to purity. Somebody already got it right. The fourfold defining device, characteristics, initial elements. It has their particular own nature, salient quality. And also they have already function and manifestation and proximate cause. It is very profound to understand, but we can see by ourselves, we can understand by ourselves by means of formal meditation practice in our present day life. Wherever you go, wherever you are, anytime, anywhere, any place. But be patient. You just need to be gentle with yourself. Be perseverant. That's it. We can gain. Another question? All right. We'll move on. So awajjata. Awa means inferior adjective. Buddha, Jada Buddha, son. So awajjata Buddha, inferior sons. Parents are virtuous and believe in the triple gems, but their children are not virtuous and do not believe in the triple gems. So in our Buddhist countries, mostly give guidelines by parents, guidelines for children or by parents or Buddhist monks. This is 5 ways of supporting children. Supporting children. In education is Western is mostly standard, high standard Western, because students, a lot of homeworks, how to make a sentence, how to make a define, how to make it defining about the subject. The students has a lot of homeworks rather than classwork. It's a good training rather than getting tired. A lot of homework, a lot of getting because it makes the students get tired. It doesn't matter. They're making a good twine in the West education. Social science and medical science, science, historical background, history, and theoretical and practical way. Every day in every university, we found that. It should be that way all around the world. including Buddhist country. Think about it. We need to have more analysis of the Buddha's teachings, what the Buddha taught, step by step, multiple points of view. So, Papa Niwaredi, parents should prevent children from doing bad deeds. Yeah, how to give guidelines for the children by parents. Kalayane Niwe Sedi, parents should establish children in good deeds. What is beneficial? What is unbeneficial? So what needs to be practiced? What needs to be avoided? We should establish children in good deeds. Here in this country, original Thailand, Thai Buddhist, cultural value, very nice regarding this point. They know well, so respectful, so humble. Even a kid, 2 years or 3 years, 2 years old or 3 years old, so respectful, so humble, so honest. Kalyani Niwasidi. Parents should establish children in good deeds. Saibam, Saikabendi. Parents should provide proper education that should be learned. Patirupena Darena Sayojendi. Parents should recognize children with a proper partner or good friends. Samaye Dayajan Neya Dindi. When suitable time comes, parents should hand over inheritance. Dara Sangaha, cherishing of wife. Dara means wife. And Bidama, and Abhidana, Abhidanapa Dibika. A kind of Pali dictionary. There are 9 words for wife. Dara. Classification of wife. Dara. One who makes husband apart from his family is called Dara. Jaya, one who gives birth to children. Kalada, one who arranges properties or belongings in the house to maintain, for maintaining system. Maintaining system. Garani, housewife. Baria, one who should be supported by her husband. Pia, one who should be loved by her husband. Bajabadi, this word you already familiar with it? Bajabadi, Gautami, right? Bajabadi. Because she took care of Nasharov, the Buddha to be Prince Siddhartha. When his baby Prajapati, one who takes care of children. Dutiya, one who is second in the house. Husband is the first person in the house. This is the earlier age of Buddhist cultural value. But time processes change. Now it's, but some are, we found that in the West, they are knowledgeable ones. This naturally happens. They are nature. But some are, they're not yet ready to learn about this point. Because of equal rights nowadays. Human rights, men and women should be equal rights. That's why this point is nowadays it's not easy to take the way to it, including between husband and wife. Husband is the first person in the walls. Pada Bricharika, one who attends her husband at the feet. You know the Western case. When I teach Dhamma, and sometimes I make them watch Buddhist history created by Indian story. When they say the life of the Buddha, when they watch the life of the Buddha, Asian culture using the stick hit for punishment, hit the children, right? The era was hit the children. And Western culture, never. Because of the law, rule or law, we cannot hit each other, including kids. We cannot. It's very nice. Actually, Buddhist way is not like that. Buddhist way is just taking care of each other by means of using metta, karuna, mudita, ubeka, without using stick. Think about it. The Buddhist way in Indian culture, it's different. The Buddha way is just to explain how to be prepared to share knowledge of our Dhamma, universal message, by means of using the fourfold divine abode, Brahma Vihara. No need to say harsh word. No need to use harsh word. No need to use sticking. Never by force. Never use by force, Buddhist way. But it cannot be understood because of situations. The country is, and the way is different. What I mean is the authentic Buddhist way. The Buddha way. Never. Because you are learning about Vinaya, you can see that. Never hidden. So Western ways, that's a good point. Mm-hmm. What I mean is the authentic way. We just see people. Hmm. Yeah, yeah. I got you. But what I mean is based on human power, human qualities. So how they grow up. That's why we are researching, not partially. What I'm saying is not partially, and never. Yeah. That's good. That's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point. That's why they watch the Buddhist history, the life of the Buddha. The history. What? What happened? So they complain right away. So that just different society. Yeah, what you mean, right? Just different society, different cultural value, the different situations according to circumstance and situation. But I usually appreciate that Buddha said the original way, the Buddha's way. We need to reinforce our way we are taking to. Sometimes that tradition, any kinds of tradition, so superstitional traditions makes us blockage to open the new possibilities. That's why I usually say that. Not only anywhere, there's no complete buffer place. Nobody and no place perfect all around the world. Nobody and no place perfect or complete anywhere. But I just denoted. I just noticed that why people, societies, Western or Asian or anywhere, why the people growing up, the spiritual power, material power, both of them. That's just a research. That's just a notice. And my experience, not theoretical way, not just only reading about it, just a practical way. It's very important. And also, not only learning, not only studying, we need to be prepared how to share what we know about the Buddha's teachings, the authentic way, the purity way. That's why I explain. So comparing. But actually, nobody and no place is perfect or complete. So, Baba Niwari, parents, Kalyane Niwasidi. Parents should prevent children from doing bad deeds. Parents should establish children in good deeds. Seiban, Seikabedi. Seiban, Seikabedi. Parents should provide proper education. Seiban, Seikabedi. Parents should provide proper education that should be learned. Pati rupena dharena sanyojandi. Parents should reconcile children with a proper partner. Samaye dayajan neyadindi. When suitable time comes, parents should hand over inheritance. Inheritance, how do you understand inheritance? Two kinds of heritage. Spiritual heritage, yeah, physical heritage, both of them. Especially spiritual power is more important. And Dudiya Bajabadi, husband. Bajabadi. Husband, Pada, Paricharikas, one who attends her husband at the feet. In stanza, Darojaya, Kaladanja. This is denoting classification of wife, the word wife. Karani Pariya Piya. Pajabadija Dudiya. Sa Pada Parichariga. It is as a reference to explain by significant dictionary, Pali dictionaries, known as Abhita Napadipika. Even though only the term Dara wife is mentioned in the Mangala Sutta, the husband should be considered as well. In some suttas, even when only Purisa man is mentioned, the women is also implied, as in the Nidikanda Sutta. Nidikanda Sutta is also known as significant Sutta. Nidikanda Suttas. That's a pretty much Sutta, pretty much beneficial. Need day, Puriso. Yeah, Puriso means a man. A man buries hidden treasure. Treasure is all around the world. I noticed that I'm including in America, California, Native America. Or they make it iron box. And they keep treasures for maintenance. And also Asia, especially India or Buddhist country, and including this country, like the ancient sites, Chiang Mai area, their maintenance. Maybe within 1,000 years, we found that. And also museum, we can go see it. Here only Purisa or man, here Purisa man, is stated, but the women should also be included indirectly. Directly and indirectly, that's just different. But indirectly, we can say the women as well. The term husband in Pali is Sami, owner. Badu, one who supports his wife. Pati, one who protects his wife, and so on. There are 7 types of wives. Classification, time and time again, yeah. Varagasami, a wife like a killer, a wife with hateful mind, without sympathy, lusting for other men, looking down on her husband, seeks to kill the one who bought her with wealth. Such a wife is called a wife and a killer. Jorisama, a wife like a thief, a wife who tries to steal wealth from her husband, who acquires wealth by earth. Trading famine, and she takes all. Even her husband obtains a very little amount of money, is called a wife and a thief. Ayasama, a wife like a master, A wife who is not doing any work, lazy, glutton, harsh, fierce, rough in speech, and overbearing her husband is called wife and also master. Madasama. Yes, sama means like, similar to, it's like. Madasama. A wife like a mother. A wife who always cares and is kind to her husband like a mother, her son, and who protects the money he earns is called a wife and also a mother. Bhaginisama, a wife like a sister, a wife who respects her husband as a younger sister, her elder brother, who is conscientious and follows her husband's will. It's called a wife and a sister. Sakhi-sama, a wife like a friend. A wife who rejoices seeing her husband like a friend, seeing another friend who has come after a long time, who is well raised, virtuous, and devoted, is called a wife and also a friend. Regarding this word, what I call nowadays, commonly known as girlfriend. In Pali, Sakhi or Sakha means man, boyfriend, or Sakhi means Sakhi. The word Sakhi Pali is girlfriend. Dasi Sama, a wife like a slave. A wife who has no anger, remains calm and endures. When threatened with violence by the rod, and who follows her husband's will is called a wife and a slave. Supporting a child and a wife should be understood as a blessing because it is a cause for well-being in this life. Karawasa Dhamma, virtues for a good household life, or virtues for lay people. There are 4 virtues as follows: Satya, truth and honesty. Dhamma. Here Dhamma means you see, not Dhamma, Dhamma, without H. You can see different meaning, different spelling, different, similar to, accents is similar to it. That can make a mistake. Dhamma means here, da. In Thai language, Thotahan. Thai language, Thotahan, Moma, Dhamma. Dhamma means to tame. Tame means familiar with it. No? With familiar with each other. Tame, easily to contact each other, communicate each other. So taming and training oneself. In Bali, you already know that this what? Anodaro Purisa Dhamma Sarati. This Dhamma. Not Dhamma. Not Dhamma. That is Thotahan, not Maichai Thotong. Huh? It's not. So Dhamma taming and training oneself, adjustment. Self-development can be for forbearance, and perseverance. Jaga, Somebody you can see, Kandi, Somebody, forbearance, the way to practice, taking the way to practice. So long as you take the way to practice, you need to be, you need to have, you should have forbearance, perseverance. Jaga, generosity, giving charity. Husband should support his wife in 5 ways. Samanana. By treating her with honor. Samanana, honoring or praising, is of 3 characteristics. How nice, this point. So staying together, staying with together nicely, treating each other. This about its cultural values or universal cultural value. Universal cultural value. It's all 3 characteristics. Atachiriya lakana. The characteristic of helping. Dana lakana in Pali. The characteristic of giving. And piya vachana lakanas. The characteristic of sweet word. The first 2 are included in the 4th and the 5th. Therefore, the last one is taken here. Anawa manana, by not looking down on our or beating. Yeah, you can see that. Beating. No, by not looking down on our or beating. Including family members. We don't use it. Suki hodu. You can see here. What I mean is, it's an authentic way, mangalas. Life science blossom. Without using, without heating, without beating, without looking down, without blaming, without condemning. So by not looking down on her or beating her like a slave or a worker, because if the husband looks down on his wife, other people will also look down on her. Anadijariya, by not being unfaithful. Isriya Wasaka. By relinquishing authority to her in the past. This is very important. Nowadays we can see that, that's why I usually say that I love people, men or women, because people are precious. The problem is not men or not women. The problem is not equal, right? People have already ability, but somewhere or sometimes not enough opportunities together with abilities, equal to abilities. That's a big problem. Anyway, so should be ability and right place, right person, opportunity, ability. As a Badidubadisa, you can found that equality. You can find that both of them, for both of them, ability and opportunity. We can find it equality in Patirupadisha, the suitable location, suitable place. So by relations of the authority to in the past, arranging food, managing workers, employees, and taking care of the wealth earned by the husband, etc., where the duties of the wife. Alangara Nubadana. By presenting her with adornments, wife should support her husband in 5 ways. Susan Vihita Kamanta Cha Hodi. By organizing her work well, such as preparing meals and arranging household chores, etc. Sangahita Parijana. By supporting the people around her, such as her husband and her relatives, with kind words, respect, and gifts. Anadicharini, by not being unfaithful. Maybe should have transparency each other. Sambadanja Anurakati, by preserving her husband's earnings. Dakhaja Hodi Analasa Saba Kechisu, by being skillful and diligent in all duties. In the commentary, it is mentioned that a husband can support his wife by giving pleasant speech and benefit conduct, as mentioned above. For instance, covering their expenses on Uposatha days. Really important. The Buddhist country, these points are already familiar with it. Preparing one in Thai language, one ko, no? One ko, no? One pra, one ko, no? One pra. So just making preparation for doing good deeds in the Uposatha days, right? How nice. Our Uposatha days, bringing them to the festivities on festival days, performing the blessing ceremonies on auspicious days, and exhorting and instructing them in the benefits pertaining to the present life and future lives. This kind of supporting should be known as a blessing because it is a cause of well-being in this life and hereafter next life, and because it is a cause for being given homage even by deities. Here, you can see that? Sukhihodu. It is cause for being given homage, given respect, even by deities, Samadevada. Wherever you go, wherever you are, these blessings. So take care of you, always take care of you, by deities. Asaka, the ruler of the devas, or the king of deities, once said, I pay homage to them. I pay respect to them. Oh, Madali. Madali means his nice shova. Those householders who do marriage, those lay followers of good behavior who righteously maintain a wife. This is the 7 types of wife. Any question, please, about this stanza? Page number, right? Page number? Oh, all right.
But normally, normally interested in prisa. In Sutta or they mention saprisa. So if you can introduce the definition of prisa.
There is a different word. Sapurisa means purisa, sa and purisa. The combination word. Sa means good. Sa means good, beneficial, excellent. Great. That what is Kalyana Metta the same. Kalyana Metta. Kalyana means Santo Puriso Sapuriso in Pali definition. A kind of adjective. In English, the same English way, noun in position. Noun in position. Sa means adjective, as an adjective. Yeah, the same, Sapurisa. Is that, yeah, Kalyana Metta, Sapurisa. Buddha is Sapurisa, Ananda is also Sapurisa. More detail? No, that different word. Different. Purisa is the simple word. The simple word. Sapurisa is the qualifying word. Qualifier and qualifyee. Sa means qualifier, adjective. Purisa means qualifier. Qualifier and qualify or modifier and modifies. It's modifying the word because modifying spiritual qualities. Purisa is simple. A simple one, not distinguished, not outstanding, not outstanding. Purisa means a simple, just a simple word. Yeah, comment now. Purisa is comment now. Sapurisa. That Sapurisa is a different qualifying people. Qualifying people. The good qualities. Yeah, sucharita. Huh? Sucharita. Yeah. Kusala Kamapata. That's good. That's right. The same. Because whenever you see them, Sapurisa, or the good one or right one, so Kalyana Metta, the best friends, they make you beneficial by means of associating with them. Never disturbance about your life. Just only give you beneficial. Nothing disturbance about your successful life. That's why Sapurisa. That's why Kalyana Metta, about Kalyana Metta, the venerable Ananda to the Buddha. Kalyana Metta pretty much beneficial have a way of our journey. Do not say Ananda like this. Do not say Ananda like this. Because 100%, the Buddha said that not have a way. Our journey, our life's journey. Right? Our life journey is spiritual exploration. Spiritual exploration. We're about a journey into our minds, a journey of discovery. Let's discover spiritual qualities where we are. That's why Sapurisa, the gratitude of Sapurisa, Kalyana Metta, or the good one, the good person, right person, they can make us to grow until we gain our own liberation, Nibbana, in Pali, or Arahantship, the final lives, the final stage of enlightenment. Think about it. That is what you mean, Sapurisa. Sapurisa power. The power of Sapurisa, the gratitude of Sapurisa. Yeah, exactly. The wise, yeah, exactly. That's a different usage, but the same meaning. That's why I usually say that any kinds of concept, any kinds of religion, any kinds of language, within over 20,000 languages in our world, so complicated. Think about it. So complicated. The problem is we're not familiar with the ultimate realities, universal message, right? Or rupa, citta, citasika, rupa. We are not familiar with it. That's a big problem. Right? Concepts are already know that concepts. That makes us just to know concepts, just to know language. You know, one of the ladies learning about meditations and make a question about Abhidhamma. So, okay, you should read about basic level Abhidhamma. I told her. She denied. I can't read about anything in English. That is language, not subject. Think about it. Just to know language is not to know, not yet to know. Subject, right? Meditation subject is different, right? She said that she can speak well, she knows well English. I can learn about this. I can read about this. So no need is a basic level, Abhidhamma basic level. She wants to know about Apatthana or Patamata Satya, Hedu Pachayo Aramana Pachayo. So I recommend it. You should learn about, firstly, the basic level of Abhidhamma. So what is kusala? What is akusala? What is citta? What is citasika? She denied. No needed. And then his husband, Spanish. He's also pious man, pious one, gentleman. Yeah. And also, I gave him ordination as a Buddhist monk, maybe 6 times. He's really nice. He's really nice gentleman. He's interested more than her spouse, her wife. And so he make it order online. Sumedo, John Sumedo, what I told you about Abhidhamma, Menu Abhidhamma, that book. And I arrived at that time, his wife look at it, nothing understand. Oh my goodness, I don't understand anything about this. I cannot read about it. At that time, she told me, Bande, I do apologize. It doesn't matter. Just to know language is not subject. Not to know subject. Subject is what we really want to know. We need to learn about. Our responsibility is we need to study it out by ourselves, taking the time. Any kinds of subject, right? So think about it. She said, oh, Monday, sir, I do apologize about declining what you say, what you recommend. So sometimes that concepts or conventional realities make us so complicated to understand. It is a kind of distorting working of ignorance, avijja. Also, many kinds of knowing, clarity of cognition, many kinds of. You can understand, you can see by yourself the duration of learning about Abhidhamma. Oh, really amazing. It's very profound. It's really seriously, not superficially. All right. We can go? We can move on, huh? All right, we can move on. Saja. Page. Yeah, 10 minutes. 10 minutes, you can take a break. Yeah, much better. Reinforce your brain and knowledge. So temperature fluctuations in every single moment. That's why I got hurt. I thought it. What happened today? Oh my goodness! You notice that? Hindrance is a big problem. Mental hindrance is not men, not women. So we can see that fighting and flighting for especially for beginners. The first step is so difficult because concentration is not well developed. All right, now keep going. Page number 23. The last verse, the last stanza. Not stanza, the last line in the same stanza. Madabidu ubatana, Buddha dadasa sangaho, anakula jakamanda, idamanglamanda. How many lines in this sentence? How many lines? Sumedo? Huh? Yeah. Madabidu ubatana, idamangla modamam. Buddha dadasa sangaho, idamangla modamam. Anagula jagamanda, Eta Mangala Mautama. How many lines in a sentence? In a stanza, 3 lines. Yeah. So you need to make sure that whenever we chant any kinds of God verse Pali, so it's easy to translate, right? So when you make it sure, you make it for sure. It's easy to translate, understand in any language. So Nagula Jagamandas. A livelihood which is free from complications. Anagula means is combination word. And agula. And any short negation. Padisit. In Thai language, padisit. And the same English word, right? And padisit and beneficial, something like that, no? Anti or anti, something like that. Antibiotic, right? And also, yeah. There's another one, and many, the same way. Because preface the same, and also definition the same as a negation, right? As a negation. Or anatta in Bali. And atta. Right? And not atta, not self. Not equalness. Here not anagula. Anagula. Agula is complication. Complication, confuse. Turbulence. Enemy, not complication. So clearly understood. Clearly comprehension. So Nagula Chakamanta. Livelihood, which is free from. Also original, or what we chanting book. We're chanting, so what is this explanation? Nagula Chakamanta. Serving work that causes no confusion. It's life's blessing. Having work that causes no confusion. That is life's blessing. Actually, why is it so complicated, so convenient, so in any society? Because of the resultant from a lack of training. Situation that's not yet prepared to do it. That's why in English they will say that, English word, we should have what it takes to do for what we really want to do. We should have what it is to do. That is to say, we should have ability to do about what we are doing, what we really want to do. Professionals are usually professional. So that is a kind of making situation that's prepared. Suitable situations or excellent situation that is prepared. So Nagula Jagamanda, of livelihood which is free from complications. To know whether one job or occupation is good or faultless, one must analyze one's job in the context of the 5 precepts. If it is against any of these rules, then one should not perform it. To be clear, the work must not go against the law, culture, virtue, and the Dhamma. The word anagula means free from complications. You see? Free from complication. Anagula. Agula, complication. Confused. And means not to have complications or free from complication. So the word anagula means free from complications and confused. Unentangled, pure. This is a synonym. Unentangled and confused, synonym, synonymous. Pure, clean, etc. The commentator explains this as work, such as agriculture, cow rearing, business, and so on, which are done with the following ways are regarded as free from complications, anagula. Alenyuta. What is alenyuta? This is a wrong word. Type in, mistype in. Kalenyuta. K A long. Kalenyuta. Kala. Anyuta. Timely manner. Alenyuta. Timely manner. Patirupa karida. Suitable manner. Analasada without laziness. Uttana viriya sampara. With the vigor or energy. Diligence. Ubayasaniyata, harmlessness. Kaladi kamana, not wasting time. That is to say, timelines. Abadi rupa karana. Doing an inappropriate thing. Here you see implicit, right? In a negation. Inappropriate. Sitila karana, slackness, etc. As the Buddha said, doing What is proper? Dutiful. One where the initiative finds whereof. One in the habit of sleeping during the day, who keeps awake through the night, dissolute, always intoxicated, cannot keep decent house. He complains it's too cold, too hot about the weather. Now, it is too late, he says. So just talk to want to grow, to want to become a successful life. But his tension is just complaining about the object that he wants. He complains it's too cold, it's too hot, I don't want to do it. Now it is too late, he says. The Manavas pass such men by who in this way neglect their work. But one here who thinks no more of cold and heat than he would of grass, fulfilling his personal work does not depart from happiness. For one who gathers wealth like a bee moving around, the collecting the essence of honey, the bee, right? Collecting honey, polar grains as a honey to produce honey. That is the nature of bee, right? We're not without wasting anything, any energy, without wasting any energy. Like a bee moving around, where there's accumulated just as an until is bidap. Whatever tasks are performed in such a way by anyone are called oblations, because it is a cause for obtaining money and growing gain. Adibada. Here is very important that this word, very important. It's a kind of spiritual power, spiritual qualities. The path leading to success. Adibada can be translated as factors leading to spiritual power, factors leading to success, or paths to success. Therefore, such factors, chanda. Sukiyodu, this point you want to know. This point is what you want to know, chanda. Enthusiasm, love, viriya, energy, perseverance. Jida, focused attention, a steadfast attention. And then vimansa. Vimansa means the same, panya, jnana, yonisamanasikara, the same. Or vicha. Investigations, examinations, scrutinizing. Wise reflection. You can see wise reflection. Wise attention, wise reflection, they are synonymous, they are identical. The Buddha normally expounded these paths in relation to concentration, since they are the paths which have concentration samadhi as their goal. As in many suttas, the Buddha gave samadhi, concentration, named after each factor as the following. and Chanda Samadhi. You can see that simultaneously, right? Taking place. Not only one items, one elements, but also the components of other mental factors that work in unison. That is the nature of Brahmata Sajjad, the nature of ultimate reality or ultimate qualities, ultimate nature. Chanda Samadhi, concentration rising from enthusiasm. Concentration with enthusiasm as the prominent factor. How nice, the prominent factor. And enthusiasm for the activity that one is engaged in. A keen interest in the objective of such an activity. A wish to bring this activity to fulfillment and completion. A love for one's work and for the goal of one's own work. On a deeper level, it is a love and desire for a wholesome, complete state or buffer state, which is the goal of one's own actions, or is accessible through one's own actions, a desire for something to arrive at, or be established in the greatest degree of goodness, excellence, precision, and perfection. A desire for this wholesome, complete state to truly manifest. A desire to find success, conforming to such goodness. Viriya Samadhi, concentration arising from energy, concentration with energy as the prominent factor. Bravery, courage, bravery, effort, perseverance, pressing forward, fighting spirit, not getting discouraged or intimidated by obstacles and difficulties. When one recognizes something as valuable and worthy of attainment, if energy has been roused, even if one hears that this thing can only be achieved with extreme difficulties, the path to which fulfillment is fraught with obstacles, or it will require months or years to realize. One is not disheartened. One is not disheartened. Rather, one sees victory and success in this task as a challenge. Citta Samadhi, concentration arising from focused attention. Somebody, this point you need to know, especially, right? So that's why you need to know. Citta Samadhi, concentration arising from focused attention. Concentration with focused attention as the prominent factor. So you can see that I was strong or not yet strong during the time of practicing. You can see that clearly by yourself. And you need to, from time to time, you need to check out the concentration power taking place. Concentration with focused attention as the prominent factor. This mind is absorbed in and focused on an object or an activity it does not release the object of attention. Because at that time, you can see that the nature of mind is directly facing the objective domain, single point, your home base, especially touching point where the air touches right under the nose, round about the upper lip. Directly facing the objective field, the objective domain. It does not release the object of attention or become distracted. The stay on it, on the touching point, is no more, no longer distraction, no longer hindrance, mental hindrances, obstacles. You can get to the study close to the entrance of jhana. And when you gain jhana, oh, you can see it like taking a boat, like taking a boat. Oh, so comfortable, so relaxed, so comfortable, so relaxed, so refresh. Lighter and lighter, fresher and fresher. Soothing wind, feeling. Soothing wind. So to become or become distracted. If one's mind is intensely focused on something, your home base, one will pay no attention to anything else. See? Without moving elsewhere. Only directly faces a single point, a single object, without moving elsewhere. But at the time, before Jatuta Jhana, when hearing the sound, the mind is, because the sound is obviously happened, right? The sound is obviously, we know. So at that time, we can notice that the sound clearly. If one's mind is intensely focused on something, one will pay no attention to anything else. If someone else mentions another subject, one will take no interest in this discussion. But if one's favorite subject is brought up, one will immediately take a special interest. Because of, at that time, the nature of mind is malleable, flexible. Malleable, flexible. When you see something in the past, oh, so easy. When you see something for the future, what time I will be dead. When I will die. And how will I die? Your mind is so easy to do it, so to see. It's because of very malleable at the time. Samadhi, concentration power. Favorite subjects abroad, just one will immediately take a special interest. Occasionally, one will be so immersed in an activity that one pays no attention to one's physical needs and tired, loses track of time, and forgets to eat and sleep. These may happen in one's surrounding environment of which one is completely unaware. This focused attention gives rise to concentration. How nice. Which is called concentration arising from focused attention, citta samadhi. Samadhi, you got it? This point you need. I know that. This point you need. Really awesome. This focused attention gives rise to concentration, which is called concentration, arising from focused attention, citta samadhi. Citta visuddhi. Your mind is all the way you're taking on, your mind is getting pure, pure and pure, purer and purer, and subtler and subtler. Vimasa samadhi, concentration rising from investigation, concentration with investigation as the prominent factor. The application of wisdom, contemplations, reasoning, and reflection, and examination of imbalances. Wow. And examinations of the imbalances, that is a high level, no? High level. Maybe before Chatutta jhana, the fourth jhana. Yeah, it's not because of Noya Upaka. But the third point is together. Sukha and Upeka. Maybe together. Together, maybe half and half, 50-50, we can say that. But actually not like that, but to understand. I need to explain to us 50-50 at the time, Tatiya jhana. Because not only Upeka, Chatutta jhana Upeka only a single point of equanimity or neutrality. So, an examination of the imbalances, shortcomings or defects of one's actions, one's own action, and ability to experiment and to search for ways to adjust and improve oneself. Here, wisdom guides concentration. Inquisitive people like to analyze and try things out. Their examinations are of this nature. What is the cause for this result? That's a good point. That's a good question. What is the cause for this result? Why have things happened in this way? This factor has produced this result. Think about it. Without having this factor, we cannot gain this result. We cannot gain this consequence or outcome. So what is the cause for this result? Why have things happened in this way? This factor has produced in this result. If we remove this factor, the results will differ. This is according to sequential practice. We need to go through one after another without skipping any step. Many steps. Many phases in a single step. If we remove this factor, the result will differ. If we add these other factors instead, things should unfold in this way, open up, freely. Without attachment inside or outside, or past or future. If they don't happen as planned, why is this so? How can we adjust this? Such analysis and examination helps to compose the mind, which constantly keeps close track of the matter at hand. This leads to concentration, which is called concentration arising from investigation. Vimasa samadhi. It's called, Bojjhanga, right? Bojjhanga Sutta, you know? And then you can see the chanting book already. Maybe 11 suttas. Bojjhanga Sutta. Bojjhanga. This point. So, concentration keeps close track of matter in hand. This leads to concentrations, which is called concentration arising from investigation. Vimasa. So, investigation is Dhamma Vichya Sambojja. Maybe the same, different usage, the same meaning, or synonymous, identical, which is called concentration arising from investigation. Vimasa Samadhi. Or Paccavakkana. The mind is absorbed in that activity. So it is strong. It does not wander or waver. This concentration is accompanied by supportive effort. You can see accompanied by. This is the nature of Paramatha Satya, the nature of Citta, Cittasika, so consciousness, mental factors, and materialities or physicalities. This concentration is accompanied by supportive effort, similar to the other factors leading to success of final liberation. Almost time's up. Idame bonyam asawakayam wahahodu idame bonyam nibbanasa pacayo hodu mama bonya bagam sabba sadanam bajimi desabe mesama bonya bagam labandu. O happy ones and all beings, rejoice at the merit done by yes, and say sadhu 3 times along with us. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you so much. Araham sama sambuddho bhagava Buddham bhagavandam abhivademi Swakato bhagavata dhammo dhammam namasami Supatipanno bhagavato sāvaka saṅgho Sangham namami. Suti Dehodu Sabara. Thank you so much for your given time.